as a 10-time Bowman Gray Stadium champion. What's the plan for next year? Do you think it's going to be a war between you and Rocket Tim Brown because somebody's going to be fighting for 11, or do you just go in that mindset of just doing your own thing with your dad, Gary, and whatever you can do, helping with your brother, Jason, and just, stay out of trouble, so to speak? But, it's hard to stay out of trouble at Bowman Gray.
Well, when I go to Bowman Gray, if you look back over the last 20 years, I know that I have to beat Tim Brown. Now, that doesn't discount the fact that there are going to be other drivers that are going to be in contention, hands down. And there's a good 5 other drivers that are stout contenders to win the championship, without a doubt. But I know that when I go to Bowman Gray, I've got to beat that blue car, just like he knows he's got to beat me. And that's not my opinion. Those are facts. If you look back at the last 20 years. But whenever you go to Bowman Gray, just go in and do it. The beginning of this year, we went in and we had a 12th place finish, then we had a 9th place finish, then we had a 11th place finish, and it was a little different than what we had done in the years past, where we went in hot and we'd won races and we were leading the points. So, when that stuff happens, you just keep plugging away and you take it 1 week at a time. And the funny thing about Bowman Gray is even though it's 1 week at a time, it's one race at a time, and it's as much as one lap at a time, because things can happen over there so quickly that you just have to program yourself to be able to make adjustments when they come at you.
Definitely. The rest of the 2019 season, obviously, Southern Modified Racing Series, Caraway. Where are we going to see you at for the rest of the year?
Well, like I said, I'm going to be. I'll be at a couple of the SMRS races. I'm going to be at a couple of the NASCAR Wella Modified Tour races. Good chance I'll be at the North-South Shootout. I just don't know. I like the fact that I know it makes it tough on my guys and on my family sometimes, but I like the fact that I don't know exactly where I'm going to go all the time. If something pops up, a race pops up that we're able to make happen, then we just do it. And I'm not really much of a planner. I like to go by the seat of my pants. My wife doesn't like that very much, but she's a banker, so she's a planner, and she likes everything to be just like so. So it's a little tough, but maybe that's why we're meant for each other, because we're exact opposites. But I like the fact that we're not sure. At the beginning of the year, we print out a schedule that has every race that is available for us to run. And then we kind of just look at it and say, okay, we're going to do this one, we're going to do that one as the time comes. So all I can tell you right now is that we're preparing for Caraway this weekend for the SMRS Tour. And you'll just have to stay in tune and keep up with what's going on with us to find out where we'll be next.
You are the man, Burt the Ace Myers. Thanks for being on Finish Line. I think this is the second time this year we've had you on for accolades and successes. One time was a big win. This is now being the champion. Before we let you go, thank out those sponsors on that number 1 modified.
Yeah, you know what? It's you hear drivers get out and they thank their sponsors, and it sounds rhetorical, but I know everybody appreciates their sponsors, but I absolutely could not do it with my lifestyle without the help from FutureSafe Cleaners and Fanatics and Howland Express, 811, Piedmont Natural Gas, Clean Up Supply, MJ Graphics. I know I'm missing some there, but for the most part, it's a family. And the sponsors that we have are not just sponsors; they're personal friends. So that's the cool part for me is it's not just okay, thanks for the check. It's a relationship. It's a partnership. And, if I can help them if they can help me get in victory lane and I can help them get exposure, it's a snowball effect. And that's what keeps the ball rolling. So, thanks to my family, my crew, just everybody that helps make this possible and helps me live a dream, I guess you could say.
Hey, Burt, one final thing. I am so glad you got rid of that porn stash that you had back on Easter whenever I saw you at Caraway with Speed 51. So what happened? Did Kim say get rid of it? You finally said, okay, no more? No more?
Well, what happened is the first race I had, it was the Musket 250 last year.
Right.
And we went up there and ran third. And I said, well, shoot. And, it became a joke at that point.
Right.
And, I'm 43 years old, but it took me about 2 months to grow that mustache. I just cannot grow a mustache. And then the fact that it's got a little blonde in it, too, It looks like the old Larry Bird mustache. There's just not much going on there. But,
right.
It became a joke, and the funny thing is that I knew this was going to happen. I went to Myrtle Beach with it the first race this year.
Right.
And at Myrtle Beach, the opening race for the NASCAR Wheel of Modified Tour, they set up the garage in the room in there, and they do the profile headshots for the year.
Oh, wow.
So in case you're not sure in case the listeners are not sure what we're talking about, you can go to NASCAR Home Tracks and pull up my profile, and there I am with that silly little mustache on. So it's locked in stone for at least the rest of this year.
That's right. Tell them to get rid of it. They got to have Photoshop to get rid of that hair or something like that. So,
yeah.
Hey,
you know what?
You was rocking it, though, Burt. You were rocking it.
Yeah. If you're not having fun, it's not worth it.
That's exactly right.
When it becomes more of a headache than a pleasure. And not to say that sometimes it's not a headache, and it is a lot of work, but for the most part, at the end of the day, if you're not enjoying it, then it's time to give it up. So right now I'm having the time of my life, and I feel like I'm in my prime, and Lord willing, I'm going to keep racing as long as I can get in and out that window.
Well, being as a broadcaster / announcer, a small piece of watching the successes that you've had, and as a friendship as well for over a decade or more, Burt Myers, congratulations to you, and I wish you many, many more to come. You've always been a class act guy in my book.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you having shows like this so we can get our sponsor's name out and get some exposure and help short track racing thrive like it deserves to be portrayed.
Yes, sir. Take care. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Burt the Ace Myers, 10-time modified champion at the Madhouse Bowman Gray Stadium, joining us first on Finish Line.
This is Finish Line.
Quick radio timeout. Boris Jurkovic wins or joins us next.
This year's most anticipated event is coming to Virginia Motor Speedway. It's the $50,000 to win Fast Track World Championship, September 13th and 14th. The best pro late model drivers in the world, stopping at nothing to be crowned world champion and to become a legend. 2 days of dirt-ripping action to decide who will fulfill their dream, who will find glory and take on the richest prize in pro late model history. Also see the open wheel warriors of the Dirt Cup Challenge Modifieds and a $6,000 to win 40 laps slugfest. Free parking and kids 12 and under free. For info, call 804-758-1867 or go online at vamotorspeedway.com. The $50,000 to win Fast Track World Championship, September 13th and 14th. Virginia Motor Speedway. Who will prevail for the win, for the glory, and to become a legend? This is Finish Line.
Time to get this cranked up on Short Track America.
Dirt or pavement, from east to west. Short Track America features some of the biggest grassroots races around the country. Super late models to street stock racing. If it's on a half-mile or smaller track, it's on Short Track America. On MAV TV, Motorsports Network.
The Speed 51 Video Network live races, highlights, interviews, features, and more. You want it, the Speed 51 Video Network has it.
You gotta be kidding me! There's total chaos! What a wild finish! Oh my goodness!
Become a member of the Speed 51 Video Network today at speed51.com.
This is Kate Dillon from CrateInsider.com and host of the Racing Insiders podcast. You are listening to my awesome friend Wesley Spider Monkey Outland. Now back to Finish Line.
This is Finish Line.
Awesome interview there with Burt Myers. Congratulations to the 10-time champion at the Madhouse Bowman Gray Stadium. Welcome back to Finish Line, presented by All About Wraps, CrateInsider.com. Just heard from my friend Kate Dillon. giving a quick promo plug about the Spider Monkey himself, yours truly, Wesley Outland. And thank you also to DirtCarLift.com as well. Back to the phone lines here in just a moment. We are going to go up to Manhattan, Illinois, the land of Lincoln. And we are going to speak to the driver of the number 53 entry. The champion of the Battle at Berlin. The Battle at Berlin 251. What an awesome event, sanctioned by the CRA Super Series, the JEGS All-Stars Tour as well, for pros and supers on the racetrack at the same time. What a crazy finish, fighting the weather and more. And when it's all said and done, the driver, the number 53 entry out of Manhattan, Illinois, Boris Jurkovic. I always think of hockey when I think of your last name because it sounds like a hockey player's name. Welcome to Finish Line, my friend. Always good having you on the program.
What's up, guys? Good to be here.
Always great catching up with you. What a great performance for you at Berlin Raceway on Saturday in the Battle at Berlin. Just talk about the race. 35 cars, fighting the weather, rain delay for an hour and a half, coming back out. For the fans that left, they missed a hell of a finish. 4 wide, contact with Arcus Travis Braden, Johnny Van Dorn, another good pal of mine in the racing world. And when it's said and done, you pocket $20,000 in a wild 251 lapper in Michigan.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. We started out the night a little slow. We didn't practice very much. We knew we had a pretty good race car. Didn't think we were going to learn too much there in the daytime. Practiced the night before. So we just kind of left it on jack stands, qualified pretty respectably, and rode around for the first majority of the race, and was a little worried when everybody pulled in early and pitted, and we stayed out. But I just conserved tires, and the rain came. Cody told me to stay out, and I took it upon myself to pull in. I probably shouldn't have done that. That wasn't the smartest thing I ever did in the world. And thank God that we went back green, because we would have gave up third spot. But all in all, we changed tires, got out there, and figured I'd get back in the lead, or get in the lead rather, right away, and let them guys chase me for a while. So we stood on the gas, got in front of them guys, and just rolled around. Caution came out with, I think it was 8 laps to go. I know the guys were a little nervous for me. I was pretty confident. We had a good race car. I didn't want to give up the bottom. In hindsight, I probably should have gave up the top. I just wasn't real comfortable with Travis starting underneath me. And rode around, got into him a little bit there. I used him up a little bit, 3 and 4, and went into 1 and got run into by Travis. I expected it. That was retaliation, I'm sure. Went into 3 and 4 there, and I think I told somebody else earlier that I think he forgot to use the brakes or stayed the gas pedal, forgot to let off the gas, but he said he had every intention on using me for brakes, which is fair enough, I guess. Rode us up the racetrack a long way, almost to the fence, and I saw Johnny got underneath the both of us through the side of my helmet there, and figured if I'm going to win this one, I better get back to the gas pedal here. So we got back in the gas pedal, and Travis was in the middle. Evidently, he must have run up on both of our tires looking at the replay, because he was up in the air a good bit.
Oh, yeah.
And what's that?
I said, oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he did. And got into 1 there, and I think he kept going. He probably was out of control at that point. I imagine he had something going on in the front end there. He hit it pretty hard. And that's it, really. Just waited for the next restart. Just was a little conservative, took off on the top, and just wanted to make sure I hit my marks. I figured it would be hard to pass us at that point with 2 to go, and or whatever, it would end up being 5 to go. So just kind of cruised around there and finished the night off. I can't say enough for them guys over at Rowdy Chassis. They built a great car. Cody did a great job. Spotter did a good job. All the pit guys. It was a good time.
And you know what? I got to say this as well, Boris, in your defense, and in Johnny Van Dorn's and Travis Braden's and everybody on the racetrack. You're coming to the final 5 laps. It's winner take all. You've got to do everything in your power to get that win. The $20,000 is on the line, the battle at Berlin. I mean, and, in the race at Berlin, I've been there myself. I was there back in June for Money in the Bank, and I've seen how crazy that track is and how things can change in the blink of an eye as far as